everybody? It's been a minute since we made a video here on the channel. Been a little bit busy with personal life and then my regular personal job and then doing some customer cars. Today we're going to try to work on the 300, get some things done onto it. Since the last time I made a video, nothing was really done to the 300. I've been working on my daily painting the bumpers and some side skirts for the car. So the only thing that I did end up doing to the 300 was I had my detailer come over and he ceramic coated the engine bay, so that way it helps protect it. Last Monday I just went to Specialty Z in Simi Valley and picked up all my parts for my 300. So the clutch, the flywheel, X pipe, test pipes, and the cat back for my 2+2. Everything else is pretty much I have. So all I have to do now is just pull the engine. Well, the engine's already out, but you need to sit there and just tear it down. I did need to do a leak down test, which I did, and it failed on 2 of the cylinders. So now I just need to tear it down, valve seals, and then I'm going to do what else am I gonna do? Head gaskets, valve seals, and I'm gonna lap the valves to help for the intake because it's leaking out through the intake ports on the leak test. So other than that, the car will be ready hopefully soon. But in this video, what I want to try to do is start putting stuff back in the engine bay. I want to get the fuse box mounted where the side mount intercooler is going to be on the driver's side, which I actually just finally got my side mounts from CZP, thank God, which I'll show you. But other than that, that's about it. As you guys can see, I got the engine right there. I need to tear it down, like I said, and then that's my new dash. I need to clean it up. The old dash is all busted, missing parts like right there and whatnot. But let me unbox been using it as a paint booth because, like I said, I've been painting my daily. So I did the rear bumper, painted it, and then all I need to do is wet sand it and then polish it. This here, it's hard to tell, but it's still drying, and then I just need to clear coat it. I'm waiting for the dry so I can clear coat this. But let me unbox this real quick. See, as you can see, brand new intercoolers. I ordered these on Black Friday special last year, and I just received them probably about 2 weeks ago. These are the CZP Titans 2.5s. So those are on there. I got the rest of the parts in the back of my truck right now. I need it for storage. But today, like I said, today's the plan is to get the fuse box so I can start getting these intercoolers mounted. That way I can get these mounted because I want to get this done, and then I want to start tearing down the engine because I have everything but the motor mounts and the oil pan. I need a twin turbo oil pan. Those are the 2 things I'm waiting on. Everything else is ready to be tore down to be worked on, and I have everything, completely everything but those 2. I have a 6-putt clutch, which I'll show you guys. I have a 6-putt clutch and a twin turbo flywheel from Specialty Z, so that should be able to hold all the power. Here's the parts that I ended up getting. Look at these Specialty Z X pipe, the test pipes, Specialty Z axle back. There it goes, Specialty Z, and then CZP intercoolers. I got the 6-putt clutch, got the upgraded clutch fork. I needed some spark plugs obviously for it, so while I was there I went and grabbed those. Then I got the upgraded clutch for the clutch fork, so that way I can have this one because the other ones are known to break with the stiffer ones. And then Specialty Z flywheel, and obviously the gaskets with the bolts for the exhaust. But look how gorgeous this looks. The only thing I know I need to do is I need to add the bungs for these, for the wide bands for the Heltec. You can get them. The problem was they were back. It had been taking like a week or whatever to get it, to have them done, and I just couldn't wait because I can't go back up to Simi Valley right now because that's already a 2-hour trip one way. So I just don't have the time for that. So I went ahead and just opted out because I can get them welded locally. So Once I get them on the car, I can just mark where I need it, take it in. Especially when you buy the dual wideband for the Haltech, they can go ahead and it comes with bungs. So with that being said, I don't need to wait. I can just get them done locally. This was a lot. This was like $3,000 I think I paid for just this stuff, but this is the last bit I needed. I still need like a radiator. I still need the radiator hoses, all the little hoses for the engine. All that still is needed, but this was the biggest chump change I needed. So now that I got this, now we can make progress on the engine, because now I can at least get the trans and motor mated after I get the engine freshened up, and I can get those mated, drop back in, and I can start plumbing things up. My whole goal now is just to get the engine in the car, which that's obviously needs to be tore down. So as I'm tearing that down, I'm gonna take the time to go ahead and just start putting everything back into the engine bay. So like right now, the car is just covered up. I'll show you right now. Engine car is just covered up. Put a car cover on it to keep the water and whatnot out of it. So I want to get the radiator. I mean not the radiator, but the fuse box located. I want to get that plumbed over there. I want to start getting everything put in the car. Then we're gonna get the brake booster. I want to put the carpet in. I want to get the dash back in. I want to wire up the speakers. And as I'm doing all that, I just bought a paint gun for my compressor, a low pressure one, so I can try to paint that, because I want to get these primed at least, sanded down and primed. Then I can get these in the car, but I need to go through the wiring harness, because the previous owner said on these that it was wired up for a stereo system, but then when you trace these wires, they go to the switch. So I don't know why a stereo system needs this, but which I doubt that. So I need to pull these out, go through the harness, or just take my one out of my car and put it in here, since it's not all cut up like this. So, but I want to get this sanded down, primed. That way at least I'll match. See? So I want to get all this painted and primed, and then I can do the 300 and get it, the rest of the car, and get it primed as well. Slowly but surely it's going to get done. But that's my goal, is I want to get the engine bay done. I'm going to finish up my side skirts for my daily. Get these mounted on. This is the first layer of clear coat. I got a little bit more as it just fell. That way I can get these to put on my car, because I've been wanting to paint it, because my car looks like doo-doo right now with the body trim, with the clear coat peeling everywhere. So I went got the S Sport package pieces to convert it, because why not? Other than that, we're going to get you started. Eventually I'm going to get you guys on the tripod. Sometime in this video, we're going to get this going. Just finishing a few projects around. This is the busted engine. I bought a red can that had mixed, and this one here doesn't look as good. It's not what I want. I want something comparable. My blue, this one's got, it's hard to tell, but it's got like flake in it as well. But this one does, but it comes off to me as kind of orangey. I'm not really digging it. I want something a little more reddish, like darker red. So, but I just need to get this stuff done. Here's the engine bay. Like I said, it was coated. It's dusty as hell now, because it's been like something like a month or something like that. But today I want to go through, I want to get this routed back again, so I can get this put back in there, because this all goes over into the driver's side. Yeah, all this goes in there, because that tucks up there. So, and I want to get this put back up. So I need to go through this fuse box right here, and maybe not. I want to go through this. I gotta take it apart, and then I want to defuse everything, take all the relays and everything out. That way I can get it to shove down up in here. I'm almost certain that's where it's gonna go. Something like that. Because one air clear pipe goes there, the other one's gonna go back there or underneath here, something like that. So I want to route it through here. That way it comes down, I can mount it here. I think that's where it's gonna go. And I just need to extend one wire out. But that's the goal. I'm gonna get that done. So nasty. Stupid cats. I got cats over here. So that's what I'm gonna do, is try to get this all taken care of, get this put away, because then once I get this up, I need to clean all this up, and then I can start mounting everything again. That way I can get the brake booster in there, have all that brand new. Everything's brand new. Actually, I lied. The brake booster isn't, because those damn things are hard to find. So I'm gonna clean it up and then put it back in. And because the only thing that was leaking was the reservoir. Other than that, that's about it. Came out pretty good. Yeah, looks pretty good. But let me get you guys set up on the tripod and we'll get going. Alright guys, let's try to get this done. So I have a Ziploc bag right here, and I'm going to use a flathead and a pick. So the Ziploc bag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the relays and stuff just because I can't get to it today. And I don't mind. So that way if I don't get to it today, I can have it on one storage thing.
Broken. Make sure when you guys do this, you guys take pictures where everything goes. You guys know. So what it is that there's a little tab right here, so you can go from the top, but down here seems to be the best. And you just press against it, and then you just kind of wiggle them. Mine seem to be really in there. See? Really in there for whatever reason. And then you can these little tabs, and you can press them downward to get the rest of them out. I don't know if these have to drop. See? Oh, let me see. Yeah? Oh, I could do that. Oh, it seems as you guys don't even have to take these off, I guess. There we go. This one's kind of damaged. Maybe I'll try to like plastic weld this portion to keep it shut. It doesn't seem like you even need to. As long as you had nowhere to go, right? Yeah. Maybe? No, looks like you gotta take them off. Yeah. One will come out, the bigger ones don't come out. Oh. But it's pretty much almost all off already. This one I'm gonna clip. See? And this is what it looks like. So there's a little plastic tab right here. If you just pull outward and press down, they pop out. Same thing again. Hopefully you guys can see. Outward and down. Comes out. Same thing here. Outward and down. Now remember, these are old clips. You gotta be careful with them. There it goes. Now those are there. Now how to remove this one, I'm not sure. I just dropped it. I have to remove the fuses. Let's see. Nope, don't have to remove the fuses either. Just know how they go and where they go. It's kind of crappy because they all kind of the same thing, but I did take a picture, so hopefully the picture was good. So this is how it's gonna go. This is how it goes, like this. So that way we know for my own peace of mind. The reason why you have to do this is because this plastic piece will not fit through the firewall. I mean the fender here, where I want to run it through. So for instance, I'm going to put it maybe not for me. It runs back up here and bolts up there. I just have some extra connectors, but it's gonna bolt back up right there, as you can see. And then these are just
fog light connectors and stuff that needs to go back in there. Mine has a little bit more wire loom than what you guys would have out, because this part here I had to take off. As you see, no wire harness, so you guys will have a little bit more than what I will have. See, and that's why. So now this is here. Some of this is gonna have to be extended because it goes to like the power steering setup or something like that. There's a plug or something that's gonna run back that way. This is probably gonna have to go back up in the engine bay here, right here. It's probably gonna have to tuck back up in there, which I'll get to it in a minute. I'm gonna get this fuse box rebuilt again, like that. And I'll get back with you guys when I put it back in. These are pretty simple still. All you have to do is just push them back through. There is a top and a bottom side of this. So this is the top. You see the little pins right there? This is the top, that's the bottom. So you're just gonna push them through the bottom up to the top, and each one's orientated a certain way. So like per se, like these have the flat blank sides that go in these little grooves right there. So those little groove cutouts right there is what takes this backing portion right here, and it's going to slide in. So I'll get a couple put in, I'll show you guys. I just need my picture. Alright guys, so it's all back together. The only thing is I need to do something about that one. I might see if I can find one somewhere and just replace the whole pin setup, the little connector here, and this relay because it's got a punch in it. But these, when you're putting it back together on the back side here, they're actually pretty stuck where they're at. So in other words, if you hold this a certain way in the harness, like if you grab the harness like say like right here and you're holding it, these pins already kind of, not the pins but the whole plug right here will actually orientate to where you need to go. So like they don't untwist and then go a different way, because each way has a different plug, like flat spot. See, like this backing's different from this one, they all turn differently, like that one to there. So each one went back in pretty much how they came out. I didn't really have to use that. The only one I had to do was the fuses, because those were turned. That was the only ones. But once you put those back together, oh, sorry guys, these ones here, those worked out. So I just had to use it for that. And then I used it to see where like these black relays went, which black to black, which makes sense, but the blue ones were kind of weird. These ones were weird. I don't know why. Like this one's different, this one's different, but this should have been here, and this one I don't know where it would have went, because all the same numbers, same everything. So if I know, it'd be up in these blue. And then this one here, the car ran fine, nothing had issues, but this I feel like it's going to cause me a problem, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm gonna go through that, and then I also want to go through the backing back here and fix, there was that one wire wherever it went. I want to fix that. I'll just heat shrink it or something and put it. But so pretty much this is gonna go, once I put the backing cover on, it's gonna go up in here somehow, somewhere, because this is for the intercooler, which is weird, because there should have been another one, I thought, unless it goes here. Not sure. Should have been an upper one, so I'm gonna figure that out. But this is gonna mount up over here out of the way, like that. And then I just gotta get some of these little zip ties so that I can start running this one back, so that way it'll be this one here. See, that's why these things are fragile as hell. And then I can start running it back and tucking it back in. At least that way the harness is done. And then I just have to pull through the one stupid headlight ones. And then I'm gonna buy the power steering line kit. CCP makes an aftermarket one, so I'm looking into that maybe. I'm not too sure, because there's the reservoir, the pump's down there too. So I'm not too sure about what I'm gonna do with that. But there's I think that's really about it. Like, yeah. So that's pretty much it. This will bolt back up, and then it'll be ready to go again. And then this, I just gotta figure out what's going on with these. This intercooler bracket's supposed to adapt here somewhere. I just don't know where. But that's what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna continue off because I want to get this is part. I'm gonna finish this up and then get that routed back into the car, and then I want to start plugging, like getting things put back in. That way I can get the harness ran back in because I want to get the dash in. I want to start getting the interior back together. Pretty much get this ready to go because I'm ready to start driving and enjoying it again. I only enjoyed it for like a day when I bought it anyways. But let me continue and we'll see where we end up at. What's going on, everybody? We're back with another video. Same video, just different day. The other day we ran out of time on some stuff we had to do, and then we ended up going to the junkyard. We went to the junkyard on Monday, or no, I'm sorry, it'd be Tuesday. I went to the junkyard. Went and got some more parts for the 300. I ended up picking up the relay holder that the plugs plug into, because mine's broken, as I showed you guys, and you'll see earlier. With that, I got that, and then I ended up picking up the inner fender liners for the rear half of the suspension or fender. That way I can sit there and cover up, like I'm putting the fuse relay, or not the relay, but the fusible links in the fender, and then I'm putting like the windshield wiper cowl in there as well. And then I want to tidy up. I ended up getting them, but they're super dirty. I only paid $30 versus some people on eBay were selling them for like $100 for one side. I got both sides and the little piece that goes farther into the fender for $36. So that's not bad. But I ended up getting some more. I ended up doing some work off camera just because I got some zip ties in the mail that go into the actual like frame of the car that holds the wire harness. Got that, and I started messing with that yesterday and plugged that up, and then I ended up cleaning up my garage from painting my daily, and then parking the Datsun back inside. So it's been a busy week. Did some things off camera just so I can focus more and have music playing, because when I'm recording I can't have music playing. Eventually I'm trying to get a GoPro, and then that way I can use my phone for my earpods or my earbuds or whatever. That way I can listen to music through there. But today we're just going to do some more stuff to the 300. Like right now I just started working. I didn't even bother recording on it, but I'm gonna run the harness for the wipers into the, like where the wiper motor is. I've seen a few other people do it, so I'm gonna do it also. That way I can tidy up the harness a little bit more. But they end up adding some wires to this harness already from the previous owner, and so I'm gonna cut that crap out so I can tidy it up and get rid of the stuff that I'm not gonna be using. Let's see what else. Just probably start placing some stuff in, bolting things up, and then maybe even put the headlights back in because those are ready to go. I do need to clean out the cowl area because there's a lot of debris in there because obviously it hasn't been cleaned. But I did get some parts in from CZP that I ordered. Fuel line hose. Can't remember what else I ordered. What else did I order? Oh hell, we got the box right here. Let's just do an opening on it. We can just open it. See, it's right here. Got it in. They always do pretty great in the shipping, at least compared to. Well, I won't order from Z1, but. So let's see what we got. I did order some fuel line hose, not hose, but fuel line hose. So that way, I can do the new lines. And then, oh yeah, I ordered the battery harness too from them, brand new one. That's nice. So here's the fuel line hose. Supposedly you only need like, I think it was like 5 or 6 feet that CZP says for it. So I'm not, obviously we have the metal line, so I'm just using this to be able to put into like the fuel filter, the flex fuel sensor, and right in between up to the plenum, because I'm not going to use this here. I'm not using the regulators either, as I'm going to have aftermarket regulator, and I'm not using the damper either. So I'm just going to throw this piece away and then run it straight to when I need to for the fuel lines. And then let's see, what else do we got? Oh, here's the battery tray. It's going to be nice. They come in powder coated black already, so it blends in, and it comes with hardware, as you can see. And then, what was this that I ordered? Oh, the fill filter. There's the fill filter. Brand new fill filter. Specialty Z says that these are the good ones, or so they see on the website, to use these ones. So that's the one I got. Actually, even on the CZB's website, it shows that they are an upgrade. So yeah, so I want to get the battery tray in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that one yet, because I want to test fit it, and then I think I might put some like rib nuts in there, so that way I can use those and just unbolt it when I need to. But got the new battery harness one. So it's gonna have this 300 is gonna have a brand new harness for the engine harness, transmission harness, and then now the battery harness. And the only thing that's gonna be old is gonna be the Barney harness. As you can see, here's the Datsun. As you can see, it's just the battery harness or the body harness. I'm not gonna go and do that. They don't make a new one anyways that I can see, but I got these zip ties off of Amazon. Not bad. They're gonna hold. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're not, as you can see, they're not perfect, but they're holding in, and it holds it in place. But I'm going to mount this somehow over here for the windshield wiper cowl. Gonna take this plug, run it in here like so, and then run this plug over here and make them connect. But I want to clean this out, and then this is the hard wire that I need to take off that they ran. They ran it for power seats. This car didn't have power seats, and they ran this straight to the battery to hook it up to the power seats that were in the car. But I want to delete that, get that plugged in, and then I think this goes to like the brake master cylinder or something like that. But I got it rounded up. In the previous clip of this video, you can see how I did this. I left this done, but I'm gonna take this off right now and then replace that one. So that way it is better and doesn't have a chance of shorting. And then I just need to mount it up, and then I'm gonna probably run these through there somehow. Oh, see, that's where pop that off. I didn't even notice that was there. Check that out. That's where the intercooler pipe probably will go. And then now I can mount the other harness when it comes in. Mount it right there on those bolts there. Then I said earlier you saw me do all this already. Like I said, I bolted this up, and this is where I'm going to mount this here. I just need to put a nut on there, and that'll be secured. Fender still clears. Like I said, it's all zip tied up now. And then this is the only portion I'm going to have to customize. The fusible link wire here, because this goes to the battery. But I'm going to take this one off, see how I can get a new crimp, and then extend it out with maybe an 8-gauge wire or something, and run it up to there to the battery, so it has a connection portion, and it'll look better. And it's not, because usually this mounts right here, as some of you guys know, but at least it'll be cleaned up. But that's the goal for today, is do some of that, see where else I can lead, because I would like to get some of this, start getting it buttoned up in the next few weeks, get all this put back together. Well, let me go ahead and get you guys on the tripod, and now you guys can, we're time lapsing, you guys can see what it ends up with today. There you guys go. Sorry. Zip ties. Just tie it by the way so it doesn't motor. Wire harness is now tucked away, so instead of it running out this grommet right here, it's going to run down this way and dump out over here to where the hole is. Now it's going to run in here. You can put the cowl back on, and it runs out here, which again, it's not going to do much. Like this car is going to be covered up anyway, so like right now it's got the car cover on it, so I'm not worried about the water getting into it. And anything I could to electrical tape it up, I mean, still not that worried into it. And then this portion is the one that I'm going to take and mount over here for this box. Goes on this bracket, so I'm going to remove this because I think I'm going to put my fuel pressure regulator right here, or my flex fuel and then fuel pressure regulator. I haven't decided. It's going to be 1 and 1 or something like that. I got to figure out how to mount it up because they're going to go in this area and then it's just going to line out, up, around, and down. And then that way they can do it. I know people that put it down here where they're going to line out, mounted it and did it, but I don't want that near the tires. Even though that cover is going to be here, I just don't want it. So, and like this, I have to go to the junkyard and get another one because I was like, why is this electrical taped? And that'll be why. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go get another one of these little boxes here because this is supposed to go right here. And I got the bracket at the junkyard as well. That was another thing I got. This is supposed to sit up like this. And it just slides in like that. And for some reason they didn't do it. Why? I don't know. That's another thing I need to get. This wire is going to run in here. Hopefully it's wherever it's got to go. It's long enough. But my goal is to get this one to make a plug right here. Get that bracket to bolt in there. And then I can plug it and then place it. That way it'll be all tucked away like this, or even like this will be okay with me, where it's like this. That way you can tuck away, and again, like I said, this isn't going through the rainstorm, guys, so it'll be okay. I've seen a few people else do it, and like I said, it's not going through the rainstorm. If it is outside, it's going to be underneath the car cover, and if I do run in rain, well, then when it's on the tire, it shouldn't be in the rain. I'm sorry, but that is the goal thing I'm going to do. Let me replace that shit too. So I vacuumed out, got all this stuff out of it. There's some, like I said, there was a bunch of leaves and whatnot, as you guys saw me vacuuming out. So now it's all cleaned up. And the only thing is my cow sucks, which here it is, but you know, I'll put it back on real quick until I can get another one. See, it's all damaged. That'll be the next thing I need to do is get one of those. So now I'm going to spray some gas cleaner over here to get some of this dust up because I want to get the headlights put in today at least. So I'm just going to, it really needs another bath, but clean. It's okay. Another thing I got done on this was I got the oil pan taken off the engine, sent out to his name's Chris. He does made from scratch designs. He posted on Facebook the other day that he's doing NA welding on the
on the oil pans for the NA motors. But his price point for welding was cheaper, even with shipping to him. With him welding and doing that, was cheaper than buying a twin turbo oil pan from all these other people. Some people were asking $600 for a used oil pan, which is almost the price of half the aftermarket ones. And I'm not pushing all that power to you. I mean, ideally it'd be nice to have one, but I'm not going to do all that because you still have to modify the frame and all that. I'm not doing all that stuff. The subframe has to be modified to fit in. So, with that being said, I'm not doing all that. We'll just keep it. And then I'm going to try to get the headlights in. Got to find those. And then go from there.
Well, I wanted to install these today, but I think these are going to have to be another day because I wanted to clean this up and then paint this metal bracket here like a flat black or something because I don't like the way that looks. That looks horrible. The rest of it looks good. I just got to dump it out because they did some funky stuff. Like there's a piece in there. I got to somehow get it out or do something. Clean them up. So it's another thing I need to do. I didn't think about it until now, so I need to clean them up. Alright guys, so I end up getting, like I said, this is the piece here that's going to replace it. That's the broken one. I still got to get the relay, and then I need to get the other thing that I showed you guys earlier. But so that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to go through this. Just got to be very careful. Luckily, if this one breaks, who cares? I had to be careful taking that one off because I obviously needed it. But we can get this bundled up and finally off the ground, tucked away. And I know I do want to get the engine harness put in eventually so I can get to the interior portion of this car as well. But the problem with that is I still got to add wires to it. Still got to add wires to it because I need to do the so it's just falling apart already. Need to add wires. I think it was 5 wires I counted I needed added, plus my boost controller setup. I gotta add one. I gotta add 2 for the temp sensor, intake temp sensor. Then I need to add 3 for the flex fuel sensor. And then the boost controller, I gotta double check because I'm gonna use the Mac valve one. I think there's 2 for that. So I need to add like 7 wires to that harness. That way I can loom them. I can put it in with the same harness and I don't have to fish it through the firewall when that harness is in. Because I'm just gonna cut them within a certain length. Then if I overcut it, whatever the case may be, however I route it in the engine bay, then I can just take care of it from there. And again, if you just press this clip out of the way, these are going to push out. Supposed to, but sometimes I messed up. As you can see, let's see if it's showing on camera. Yeah. As you can see, it's all busted here. And then it's all busted like right here. See? Busted. So that's the whole reason why I'm replacing this. So that'd be one less likely of a short to happen, stuff like that, which one less wire issue on this car is the best. And I get this. This is just a safety connector. And then to get these out, it took me a minute to realize this while I was testing on the other car. So if you just take inside here, it's hard to see, but there's a push pin kind of like this, and the connector is right here. It's pushing in like this. So if you go in just right and you press it out, the wire will come out. I just don't know if this is, I think this might be too dim. Yeah, it's maybe too thick. Let me look at my pick. So maybe on this one I can show you. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but inside this one, there's a clip right here. So you have to press it upward to release it. So, and since we don't know how these wires go, we're going to do one wire from here into there. And to get this orange piece off, there's this piece here. Once you push it out of the way, because it goes in there, once you push it out, it literally goes like this. It literally comes out like this, and you scoop it outward. It's like a little hook that goes in there. That's it. pretty easy. Took me a minute. That's why I tested on another car instead of mine. Best thing to do is when you go to a junkyard and just go ahead and do it. So can be finicky though, that's for sure. If you had those little tools that are supposed to be the little key things, those would probably be better, but see, just got that one out. So now we're going to do one at a time. So we need to match it up. That was weird. Really got loose. So as you can see, connector. Oh, you know what? This may. Oh, you know, it's because that bottom portion did break off. That's probably why. It doesn't look the same. Yeah. So I'm just going to match it up. So I took out this. There's 4 on this one. So you can, easiest way to do it is by taking the little connector pieces like that, turning them, and then looking. So this one here is just going to slide in right here. You slide it in, you should hear a click, but just like that, it's clicked. So now we're going to do, I want to do this white black one, and then the orange one. I'll leave this black one for last, because I want to cover that with some electric tape or something, or Tesla tape. And I don't, anything I can do to save it and make it as easy as possible is best. Except for this one doesn't want to release. Yep, doesn't want to release today. There, finally. And again, find, where we go? There it is. Find the corresponding one, match it, which obviously it came out of there, so same thing. And then just push it in. Just listen for the click. Just like that, and you can give it a quick tug, it's not going to come out. And the same thing with this side. I want the orange one. There it goes. See, orange one. Same thing, just match it. So this one here, like this. Looks a little different because remember this bottom piece broke off. So, and then this one here is just going to slide in the same exact way. Maybe. Oh, there it goes. These ones are a little bit harder to press in by using just a wire. That one's actually not happy. Why? Okay, watch that one. And the last one here, this one, same thing. But I want to cover this wire, make sure nothing happens to it. Okay. There's another one here, that's the only one.
put some tape around that portion right there to get it started taken care of, and then I'm gonna put it in. Put this in, and then when I go to plug this relay back in, I need to be careful of that orange wire. So for some reason it's missing the little tab. This little tab inside. It's missing it. Don't know why. So I'm gonna go get some tape. Now you can move on, forget it. No longer exposed. Now obviously there's only one more pin out for it to go in, right? So now I just pin it into that one. These aren't wires only can go in one way. That's all it's out for. Okay, so now that's done. Now, again, these only can go in one way because they're grooving. Just grab it. Like so. Remember, my orange one is still loose. So what we're going to do is, when I go to put that relay in, find out how it goes in. And go like this. Right? Then I'll come back and then press this down and then press inward. Like so. Now it's in, right? And I'm going to take this orange wire and then press it down now. Like that. All the way. Make sure it's in there. All the way. Do it to all of them because why not? But these ones are locked in, so now it's in. Now that orange wire is now tight. See? So it's best if you do have the other thing, but you know what? There's only so much you can do. Because these things are, I haven't seen them online, and the junkyard ones, messing with them are so fragile. I went through a couple different ones before they finally found this one that actually pulled apart great. Oh, I did forget, you also need to put on the protector. So don't do as I do, that's for sure. Still should be pretty easy. So what this does is it divides the wires. It'll be okay. I'm around without it. Don't do as I do. So at least it's got a better solid connection. It really shouldn't have a problem because it has the back counter for one. So it shouldn't really pull out anywhere. That's in there. These are all in there. Press that. Then this portion, I gotta figure out where it goes. So there's this. So I ended up, fuse box is mounted, got the wires ran. Some of these, I'm like this one goes to the hood. This one I'm just gonna probably end up taking and taking this, disconnecting it, and then just probably tucking it up and zip tying it out of the way. I gotta figure out these other ones. Like I don't know what that one goes to yet. I haven't figured that one out. Fuse box is there. I mean, it's still loose, but shouldn't have an issue really, honestly. Like I said, tire turns, I gotta double check it. Here's the car at full lock right now. Still isn't revving. Gonna have the shield here anyway, so hopefully that should work. I could bend it. I may try to do something else with it. I'm not quite sure yet. I kind of don't like the way it's sitting there, but it is out of the way. Maybe once I get the intercooler in, I can see how I can manipulate it or something. Because there's no other holes up here, so there's that. Other than that, the only thing I want to do is get over here. I have the new one that goes here, so I'm gonna take off the bracket and somehow see how I can make it happen there and go from there. Alright guys,
So I went ahead and got this mounted. This is usually up on the inside, right here in this area. Brought it down over here. It's not really ideal, like, because all the water trap comes down, it's gonna run straight into this, like right here. It's gonna go straight down into there. Like, it's just inevitable. I did bypass because this one I believe is for the T-top / sunroof. This one it bypassed, so this one, I'm like I said, the car's not gonna be in rain. If it is in rain, well, well. This I would like to remove. I might try to figure out how to redo it later, but the problem was the bracketry kind of sucked. Even if I fold it straight, it kind of doesn't put any better. So I might try to play with it, but even show the wires are still too short. But with this being remote, it puts it out of the way. It's tucked up, tightened. My car originally didn't have this bracket. When I went to the junkyard, I pulled this bracket. This sits up in here like this. So everything will have its spot, and that shield's going to come down. The inner liner will come down and block all this from any water from the tire. It'll just be this part, which again, not too worried about it. It is what it is. But at least this would be covered and tucked away and be nice and tight. Got the harness pretty much ran on this side. This here, so pretty much the only wires that will be coming out right here will be this one. So, plus I still got to run my harness wire. I wish I would have paid attention and cut all these brackets off, but that's okay. What I might do is just use these clips for the harness that I need to split off for the, it's going to be for the, what's it called, the flex fuel sensor, because I'm mounted over here. So that way just like this, boom, into the engine. And then the boost cylinder would probably go somewhere over there. Might be over there, like in that area. Not 100% sure yet. But in the end, made some progress. I end up taking this bracket here. This usually sits up, I think it was like over here or something, like right here. And then your harness plugs into it. I mounted it over here so it wouldn't be here. So if anything, it can run along here somehow. I believe this connector goes to this one down here. I need to extend these two wires though. It's too tight. I don't like it there. I want it to come up here and around. This one here plugs into, where to go? The pressure sensor for the power steering. I don't know where that connector went. Right here. Those two plug in together. So thing's brittle as hell. So those two plug in together. It's just this last portion. I don't know where it's gonna go. Yeah. Looks all chopped up anyways. But I plan on doing, before I put the engine in, I do plan on doing all new hoses. They have a hose kit for this, for the power steering. So I want to redo that line. Then I'm going to redo those lines for the power steering. And once I swap all those out, then I can go ahead and mount the power steering up there and get it out of my way completely, and that'll be done. I want to clean it up though. And then I do want to start getting, I think after that, I think I'm pretty much done actually. For pretty much most of the wire harness parts. Just gotta figure out where some of it's gonna go and whatnot. But then I can start getting the engine harness tucked in. But I need to route those wires and then loom it off. Like I said, I'm just gonna make them all the way down to the ECU connector, probably like a foot past it. That I can manipulate it however I need to, and then run it up with the rest of the harness, which is gonna end up going up over here, across there, and then down, because that's where that bigger part is. And then I might try to make a drop downward and just use it like that somehow. I gotta figure out do it like that. But I want to eventually get the brake booster in, the clutch master cylinder, probably get that clutch master cylinder in. I need to bench bleed it, but the problem is I don't have the hard lines hooked up. So yeah, gotta figure that one out, because I have the lines, I have the slave cylinder for the clutch, but I don't have obviously the trans in. I mean, the trans is in right now, but I don't have it all set up, so I got to figure that out. So, shouldn't be too hard because it's just right there. But I will probably do the brake lines. I'll probably bench bleed the master cylinder for that. Put those on, do all that. That'll probably be in the next video. But at least we got some progress in it, because now it's starting to come back together. But hopefully some of this information helps you guys. So that way, when you guys are wanting to hide things, you guys can hide it. Like, hide that so the loom just ain't chilling up here. How you guys can see how this goes. A few other people have done it, the fuse box. Like I said, I need to see where my intercoolers are. gonna mount, because these are the holes for the bracketry. But the problem is that I don't have the bolts that fit those. These are some big bolts, so I gotta figure out where I'm gonna find those at, and then I can go from there. And I just have some miscellaneous harness, wherever the hell. I think these ones went to like fog lights, maybe the turn signal assembly, something like that. Had to. Missing half that stuff anyways. But other than that, I think that's gonna be a wrap for today on this. Another video done on this. At least you guys can see. It's been a slow process, but hopefully the next few months will be kicking up. I'm hoping in 2 months to have this car completely done, because I pretty much have everything I need besides like the radiator, the hoses, the bolt kit, because I want to get the bolt kit to put both these in. That'll be my next thing I'm gonna buy. And I just need to go through this. Like I want to get rid of the line, this line here. So I need to figure out how I can go about this. I don't know if I want to. I'm too afraid to cut it back there, because this is the vent for the car, for the tank, I believe, for the EGR. I would like to just get rid of it completely, so I might just cut it off and just screw it and just put it down there. I have to play it by ear and see. But then I need to. After that, that's pretty much gonna be it for that, and then the rest of it can be bolted back up. And once we get that cornered in, I can start putting the lines in, putting everything in. But it's looking better, a little more done. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys' likes and support. Sorry it took so long to make these videos, but it's hard doing so many hours of work week and then having 2 small kids and doing this at the same time. It's hard. And plus I'm not used to recording myself either, so there's that. But thank you guys for everything.